My returning guests today are an international songwriting duo splitting their time between Los Angeles and Stockholm. Together, they've built a creative partnership, a family, and a life that blends two cultures. In their previous episode, they shared their pregnancy and birth story, including a powerful unplanned home breech birth. As it turns out, the birth was only the beginning. I'm pregnancy focused chiropractor Dr. Elliot Berlin, and you're listening to the Informed Pregnancy Podcast. Amanda Nordelius and John Russell, welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us back.
My pleasure. Okay, so birth was not exactly what you had expected. Things changed a lot from the very beginning till the very end.
Yeah.
One might say they turned upside down.
Definitely.
And then the baby comes, and I think for a lot of us, we do whatever it is that we do for pregnancy and birth. We put in a lot of time, effort, thought, and planning. And then the baby comes with no user manual, instruction, guide. It's a little life that needs a lot of input from us. Yeah. And there are various stages of just hard learning curve from minute one, day one, week one, month one, year one.
Yeah.
What was the afterbirth like for you?
I remember when we did all the pregnancy prep, and John was like, I do kind of want to do a class on after when the baby is here.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
Yeah, who do I talk to get one of those manuals?
Yeah. By the way, I could tell you not about the baby so much, but about the relationship. My wife, Dr. Alyssa, has a course called the Afterbirth Plan that streams on Informed Pregnancy Plus.
Oh,
And
is it too late for us to?
It's never too late. No, I even know people do it before their second baby. The ideal, obviously, is to do it while you're in that blissful state before the first baby comes and you have more time. But it's a little hard to sell, a solution to a problem that you don't feel yet.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And, I think the people who do it while they're pregnant always afterwards, they write back, oh, thank goodness I had that preparation. But it's hard for all of us to invest time and effort into something that's not in front of us right now. So there is that course. But okay, so I guess you didn't do one.
Well,
No.
Yeah. And I think we were as prepared as we could be for, seeing our baby's butt be the first thing that comes out, the pushing, but not ever pushing out a baby before, so not knowing what that actually feels like, you know. So there are those aspects. But I think the thing that we were kind of most caught off guard by was just like when Freya was born, she was unresponsive and she was limp. It didn't look like she was breathing. And then the midwives started giving her mouth to mouth. And we were like, wait, where was this in our classes or our
classes?
Books that we were reading or whatever? Like, we didn't hear about this. So that was really, I think, a really shocking moment for both of us. Because I think Amanda can definitely attest to this, but you hear all the stories of, you're going to practice it. You're going to lift your baby up to your chest. The baby's going to come out and you're going to lift the baby up to your chest. And it's going to be this magical moment of oxytocin and everything flowing. And that moment didn't really happen right away. That wasn't what we were greeted
And I
with.
think it was also like, ironically, like a part of the birth mantra that we learned is like have no expectations, and I'll take whatever twist and turn this birth is taking. I'm sure that's not the verbatim. So I think none of us had any expectations like during birth, but without knowing it, I had kind of planned this little expectations on when the baby is born. We will have this moment, like that will be, like all the hard work, like this will be the moment. But what we had, I guess, forgot or missed to research was that when it is a breech baby and a C-section baby, very often this happens because their lungs are not compressed. So it's very common that they have to do the mouth to mouth and that they have to rub them to like get the circulation going. Once again, I'm not a doctor, so I'm sure there's just my expressions. So it was kind of expected in a way, but we just didn't know. So we thought the baby will not, could have all the little, what do you call it? Like keeping the baby's little,
the goo
on and stuff. So
I think that's the correct medical term.
when they start to like rub her and like, give her the circulation and mouth to mouth, like
Yeah.
it was just like we thought it wasn't according to protocol, but obviously it probably was, or it was. So
Yeah.
that's
I can only imagine, right? The expectation is that you have this intense labor, you have pregnancy, then intense labor, and finally birth, and that moment is supposed to be like the shiniest moment ever.
Yeah.
right.
Like where all the feelings feel, the oxytocin hits its peak,
Right.
and you're just in bliss with your new baby.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't happen exactly like that, like somebody accidentally wipes off the vernix or something like that, it's already, a
Yeah.
blow to that blissful expectation.
Yeah.
But when it's the exact opposite, when your baby comes out limp, not breathing, and needs like resuscitation breath, rescue breathing, I can't imagine the panic, the exact opposite, going from a oxytocin high to an adrenaline high.
Yeah.
I think it just was such a shocking moment for both of us, which I think once she started to breathe, which, I mean, it felt like forever to us. I'm sure it was 30 seconds in real life.
Yeah.
Once she started to breathe and cry, they handed her over to me. And at that point, I think I had just kind of gone into some kind of like freeze state. I think I was so scared to lose her those 30 seconds that I had a hard time. Like when they finally gave her to me, I had a hard time like accepting that everything was fine, just like that. Now she's just here, like,
Right.
and I'm sure everything was fine the whole time. It just looked so scary to us. And then John was, I feel like you were really good at coming back to the moment and realizing everything was fine.
Yeah. It's a weird thing I don't really know how to explain or quantify, but I think part of me just had this kind of like faith or assuredness that like she's gonna be okay. This doesn't make sense and it doesn't look good, but she's gonna be okay. She's gonna be okay. And I just kept telling myself like that she's gonna be okay. She's gonna be okay. It's okay. She's gonna be okay. And then I think as soon as her eyes cracked open just a smidge, as soon as I just saw like the tiniest sign of life, I was like, oh, okay.
She looked so cool too. I remember, like, she looked so badass when she opened her eyes. It was like, oh my god, there you are. Like,
Yeah.
she just looked like such a cool baby.
And then we waited for that glorious cry to come.
Yeah.
And thank God for our midwives, because they kind of, one midwife tried and didn't seem to be working, and then like they kind of passed her around, and then finally the last midwife that was there and was able to get her coughing and breathing and crying. And yeah,
It's very intense.
can't
It's
imagine being in that situation, like not having them there,
Right.
can't imagine that at all.
as a doula, I've been in this situation, and I sometimes feel like maybe a terrible analogy, but bad turbulence on the plane,
Yeah, no, I like
or
it.
what feels like bad turbulence to me on the plane, but
Yeah.
the flight attendants are still handing out snacks. So I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to be okay. you know,
Right.
sometimes as a doula, you see this, this little rescue breath that's needed. You see baby come out a little bit limp or blue.
Yeah.
And the midwives don't panic. They just do what they're trained to do,
Right.
and they take care of it. And then they're like, "Oh, okay, here's your baby." and,
Yeah.
and like I'm still green and want that little bag to throw up in. And she's
Right.
like, "Oh, you don't want this biscuit?" So
Exactly.
Dr. Berlin was
I'm not sure I'm ready to accept that biscuit just yet.
Right.
Yeah. So it was, needless to say, it was a bit of a rocky start to postpartum
Yeah.
from the first moment we met her.
It took me a while to understand, I think, because of that. Like, it took me a while to understand and fully accept that she was, like, here.
Right.
But I had to, like,
I mean, I was just going to say, it was almost like, feels like there was almost like an amount of dissociation from the moment because
Right.
of, like, your body just preparing itself for something, that it couldn't, like, handle,
right. Are we allowed to celebrate? Like, are we allowed to, like, go on with our lives? Is everything
Right.
good now? Like, it took a while to come down from that turbulence from the plane. But,
Totally makes sense, especially if you weren't prepped for it. I've definitely heard people prepare couples in the past to say, "Hey, this could happen. Don't panic."
right.
Maybe that would have gone a long way for you.
Yeah.
All right, I want to take a little break because that's intense. So let me just sit on that for a minute and come back and find out how the next few minutes evolved. We'll be right
Yes.
back. Welcome back. We're talking to Amanda and John. And okay, so your first moments as parents, not exactly what you expected, but it seems like that whole episode was probably just a couple of minutes. And then you do get the baby, maybe a little numb, a little detached. How does the rest of that first day unfold?
She basically crawled, like we put her on my chest. I laid down, and she basically just found her way to the breast and started to.
It was like a heat-seeking
Breastfeed.
missile. It was incredible.
'Cause
she was just knew exactly where
it
to
was
look.
wild because we thought like, oh, babies don't know how to latch. Like this is gonna be a whole thing with a lactation consultant. Like we were so prepared, and then she just kind of, honestly, like she did all the work.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, she just had the instinct. It was crazy. Yeah.
What a contrast from coming out to like needing, a
Yeah.
human to help her survive, and then all of a sudden just knowing exactly I got to go get that food right now,
Right.
already like just minutes old,
Yeah.
already on a mission,
Her dad
already
is
trained
very-
and programmed.
Exactly. No, her dad is very motivated by food as well. So I think
Ah,
it
it's
maybe
a
could be genetic.
apple tree situation.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I
Well-
remember we did all the, weights and all of that,
Yeah.
like weight checking, and had a little craniosacral therapy moment.
Yeah. And then everyone left.
And then everyone left, and it was just us calling family. And we had the privilege to do the 15-day, 5 days on bed, 5 days.
In bed?
No, yeah, in bed, 5 days on bed, and then 5 days close to bed, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That sounds
and I
like a
think-
dream, by the way.
Yeah. No, we were like, if we ever have a second child, this won't happen. So we were like, let's really enjoy this, because this might be the once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
And I mean, I needed it. Like my body recovered very quickly, and I feel like it's all thanks to this.
Resting. Yeah. Can't be.
Rested so much, and
Right.
we were watching. We had the projector up, and John was, he got me this little medical table, like it's like medical grade.
It's like the little tables in the hospital that have wheels on them and you can put them over the bed,
He got me
Oh,
that.
for meals.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing.
He
You
was,
can just buy it on Amazon for like $50.
he was a
and,
lifesaver. Like it was amazing.
Oh, good to know. I don't have to have a heart attack to get that kind of service.
No. You get one for
It
Go
was
to
yourself.
actually
Amazon.
so nice.
Yeah.
Also, instead of having, like a fixed table when you're nursing, like just being able to like roll it around, like on bed and off bed when
Yeah.
we needed to.
Or not trying to balance a tray while you're like,
Right.
on your bed,
No, it was the best.
That's
and
a
then we
great
were
idea.
watching all the Lord of the Rings movies
Extended editions. Yes. We watched
on very quiet volume, because we were like, this cannot be the soundtrack that she's entering the world to.
Right. She was born into Middle Earth, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, those movies are so long. Now I get it. You need 5 days for the first movie, 5 days for the second movie.
Right. He was basically it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Was it hard when everyone left after that traumatic
No.
beginning? Did you have like nerves about now there's no professionals here?
No.
Weirdly, it felt wonderful.
Yeah, I was like, I cannot wait to be alone.
Yeah. It was really nice. And it didn't feel like, I don't know, a lot of dads that I've met or men that I've met a lot of times are kind of like, ooh, I don't know how to touch this, small 7-pound, 6-pound baby. It feels a little fragile. But it just felt like something in me, and I'm sure you felt the same thing, was just like, oh, this is mine. I know what to do with this.
So John just, the oxytocin that maybe went over my head, like crashed right into John. Like he was on, I'm telling you, he was like I've never seen him like this. Like he was like smiling. He was like moving like frenetically, like what can I do? Like he was just like, it was
Yeah.
just wild to see him like running around the house.
Because it's an audio podcast, people can't see Amanda mimicking that guy on top of the car dealership that blows around in the wind.
A little too. Yeah.
But John is pretty calm and composed, like usually. But you were so just happy.
Yeah.
You were beaming, and it was just so cool to see. I was also not sure. For some reason, I went into a weird mind space after birth of like, some weird performance anxiety. Like, did I do well? Like, it was really strange. So I was like, I don't know if I did that well. Like you can give birth to a baby in different. It was like a weird, really
Right,
weird
like
thing.
who's scoring
Who's
you?
scoring
Yeah,
this?
yeah,
And
yeah.
she is born, so it went well. But
That's interesting because you are a performer.
right,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
Do you
terrible.
critique your performances historically like that as well?
I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. I am. But this would not be a performance I thought I would ever critique.
No, of
Right.
course, but I mean, it just sometimes it's
Yeah,
the training. Like,
it's
how could I
true.
have done better?
Yeah. No, it's probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like part of you felt like you did something wrong or something.
Could have
And I
done it
think,
better. And so, yeah, it was all of those thoughts. And then John was like, no, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like, I'm going to write the story about birth. And like, he was like, he gave me so many compliments. He made me feel like the most loved and seen. He was like, he literally made me feel like the coolest woman alive. Like,
it
he
was
just,
the most beautiful thing, and you are the coolest woman alive.
no, but
So,
I honestly think that moment rewired something in me. Like, if he wouldn't have given me all of that, like all of the reassurance and like just lifting me up like that, I don't know how my postpartum journey would have looked like. I feel like there could have been like that could have been a little door like cracked into going into some kind of depression of feeling bad about myself. But John was there to like just kind of like just feed into like just give me a lot of love. And I remember I was like, oh my gosh, thank you for telling me this. Like, this is so important. And I asked him to write it down, and he did. He wrote down basically how he viewed me through birth.
just yeah, what it looked like from my eyes, from my perspective.
And reading that was just like, I think, extremely healing. I'm so grateful that you like
Yeah.
for doing that. Yeah.
I'm getting a little
nice.
teary-eyed here. I would love for you to write one about me at some point.
Absolutely.
You're mentioned, I'm sure. You're mentioned in my birth story. Just
Oh, really? Oh, my first credit. Oh, my second. I have that Showtime credit. But okay.
Oh my gosh! Wait, sorry. Just because you mentioned it, I love Nathan Fielder, and I don't know how we saw, but you were on an episode of The Curse.
Yeah, episode 10, the finale.
Incredible! I love.
Very random.
Yeah,
I have yet to see this. I do have to see it now.
but it's
Once in a while, I'll get a weird text. It could even be 2 a.m. and someone's like coughing up their midnight ice cream because they're just randomly watching The Curse on Showtime, and
Yeah.
I show up. And I'm like, wait a second, is that my chiropractor?
So, ask yourself too. I mean, that's.
Sort of. Moses the male doula.
amazing.
Oh, is that it? Okay,
Amazing.
okay. I haven't seen this, so I don't. You know.
All right, no more spoilers. You're gonna have
No
to
more
watch it so I
spoilers.
get a
Yes,
3 cent
yes, yes.
royalty check.
There you go.
But yeah, that was
It
just
was-
an incredible moment.
It's nice to know that it counts, because you can feel helpless a lot of times as like the one who's not actively birthing the baby and able to feed the baby. And I think just having that feedback between each other is just really helpful, that like I was able to really help and make a difference, and that like the partnership that we had through that, like my whatever role I took on and whatever weight I carried was really worth something and really meant something through the birthing process and even the postpartum process.
Yeah.
I think it would be a mistake to just like check out and just be like, oh, she's the one equipped to deal with all of this, so I'll leave that to her.
Yeah, or just being like all about the baby, which obviously you
Yeah.
were too.
Yeah.
But you were also able to kind of see me and know
Yeah.
what I just went through and coming down from something big like that. Like,
Yeah.
it was really nice to feel still very seen, like, in that process. And the first 15 days, John just, like, I had to recover. I couldn't hold her all the time because I felt so much pressure on my pelvic floor. So John would spend a lot of time with Freya the first 14 days, which was also very beautiful for your bonding.
It was nice. I was her mattress
Yeah.
just a little bit.
You guys, honestly, from the first time I met you, I remember the sofa you were sitting on when we talked. And we talk about how challenging it is in our community. We just talk about how challenging it is to take two totally independent people and merge them together, through relationship, through marriage, and make a new whole. That's almost literally like what happens with the sperm and the egg coming together and make a human being. But taking two independent people and making a whole that's a new whole that you can't picture, either part of that whole not being there because it's one entity now. And that's the image I got of you guys from day one.
Oh,
And it's
so
still
good.
all the way through. And it just sort of feels like you have this great teamwork situation where, like, the ideal business partnership. I always tell people, my kids even ask me, should I go into like this with somebody? And I'm like, if you're making a peanut butter sandwich and both of you are peanut butter, then you shouldn't take on a partner because you don't need the
Right.
partner. You're just going to compete for who's doing more stickiness. But if you want to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and you're a peanut butter, you might need to take on jelly as a partner. And
Yes.
it just sort of feels like wherever one has a strength or a weakness or a need, then the other one's able to fill that gap, like a perfect Tetris. So it sounds like that was super helpful and impactful in
Yeah.
the first days and weeks after the baby came. And
Yeah.
in ways, John, that I definitely was not able to do when my kids came. I was that guy, like, what is this little squishy thing? It's like, I'm like 300 times its
Yeah.
size and I'm nervous about it.
Of
And
course.
I think at our first birth, which was a long birth, 42 hours, totally unmedicated except for the Advil, which I kept taking for my terrible headache. Uh, I was like, baby, you have no idea how painful this is. The doula was almost more for me than for my wife. I mean, she was
Yeah,
mostly for
that's
my
I've
wife, but
heard that's pretty common. Yeah.
yeah, just making me comfortable with birth, and this is
Mhm.
long before I became a doula, and just and
Yeah.
like
Wow.
useful ideas, like maybe you could do this to comfort her, maybe you could do. I'm like, oh, that's a
Right.
great idea, but I don't know if it would have come to me intuitively, and it sounds like you
Yeah.
guys have this chemistry where you
Honestly.
can talk to each other without even talking to each other.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, when we initially hired a doula, that was also it was for John too. Like it was like we need someone to like look over, like make sure that John is okay because if John is okay, I'm okay. Like it's like we're connected, and I feel like that is maybe not talked enough about, like the dad's role in it and how much it. I mean, it is talked about, but I feel like the more support the dad gets, the more support the mom gets. At least I feel like that's how it was in our situation. But
Well, in your case, especially because I think it's a whole. So anything that
right,
goes into the unit it goes into both of you.
right.
I would love to take one more break, and when we come back, I want to find out the ups and downs and the things that you couldn't have known without going through it so we can share with the group. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Amanda and John. So far, got glistening in my eyes 2 or 3 times in this episode. Just a lot of emotion coming through here. So I'm hoping I can reach out to Kleenex as a sponsor. Um, you've now had months of parenthood through the evolution. Tell me some of the things that you learned that either were surprising to you in a positive way, surprising to you in a way that you didn't expect that was more of a struggle. What's the trajectory been like?
So I'm surprised on how little sleep I can live off. Like I feel like I sleep, I have sleep very interrupted, but feel great. And it's 5 months and I still feel great. So I'm just in awe of, I think when you're not a parent and people say, oh, you don't sleep a lot, you think how that would look like without having a child, which would be so hard. But then once you have a child, at least for me, like I think there's just so many hormones and other things supporting me. So it's not at all as hard as I thought it would be, which is really cool.
I don't know what you're talking about. Doesn't she sleep through the whole night?
Yeah, John is not hit the same way by that. I mean, you are hit
I don't have
harder.
to. No, I
He
don't
doesn't
have
have the
to
same
nurse when she's
No, but
waking
you're
up.
also more tired. Like, ironically, he's sleeping
I have a
the
vitamin.
most,
I have some
but
sort
he's
of
very tired.
genetic.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, malfunction. I don't synthesize B vitamin or something like that, so it makes
I
me.
think it might be the Y gene.
Yeah, that might be. Yeah, that's true.
Women
So,
can do crazy things that we can't do.
That's right. That's very true.
but yeah, is there anything you can think about?
Oh yeah, tons of things. We didn't know how far a baby could poop.
Or pee
Or pee.
the first couple of weeks.
Very talented.
Very talented.
Incredible. Like 6 feet from the diaper changing table.
You guys
Yeah,
should
I
have
think
competitions with the other babies.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
No more bake off.
Exactly. Exactly. I think neither one of us were prepared to like fall in love again. I think that was something that was really wonderful of a surprise. Is everyone says like this love is different and it's something you've never felt before. It's the most wonderful thing, but like I don't know, it's like when you find the love of your life, it's like people could explain it to you, but you don't know it till you feel it. And just like getting to fall in love with this little person again was such a beautiful thing and brought so much energy and joy into our lives.
Yeah.
It's a really beautiful thing.
All her little noises.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like to me, now I just view kids different. Like, now they're so advanced from the start and they have so much personality from the start. Like, she's so much her already. I can't even
Right.
explain it. I just know her. And that
she's-
is wild to me, how advanced they are right from the start. Like, when you don't know a baby, I feel like you just see them as like a baby. But
Yeah.
I just see so much in her. So even when she just like lifts a finger, everything just feels so complex. And I'm just so in awe of
Yeah.
every movement she does. It's like so cool to see it.
Right. And how it's almost like she's communicating something all the time. Like if you are really listening, she's
Yeah.
saying something like, whether it's like, I'm happy, I'm content here, I'm having fun playing, or it's like, I'm a little uncomfortable, I have poop in my diaper right now. It's like she has little ways of communicating all of these things.
Right.
And it's like, honestly, so impressive.
I think we both thought it would be like impossible to like understand a baby, but it is really. I mean, not that we always get it right, but
No,
it
we're
is easier than we thought it would
We're
be.
definitely guilty of like bouncing her for 30 minutes.
She needs
Why
a
won't
diaper
this
change.
baby go to sleep? We smell her and she's
Like,
got a full diaper. Like, we feel bad. We feel real bad.
But a lot of times, at least, yeah, she's very communicative.
Yeah.
I remember my oldest when I would take him for walks in the stroller.
Mm.
When he was just a few months old, probably 5 months, like Freya is now. And I don't know, like a fire truck would go by, and his expression, he would just literally light up and be so excited and taking it, like,
Oh.
what is that? You know? And for me, like, how many times does a fire truck go by? I don't even notice it with all the lights and sirens and everything, and the big horn. And it definitely opened up something in me to be more aware, more perceptive, and just taking in the things around me, like
Right.
being more present, being more mindful. And they're mindful of everything because everything's just like a brand new experience, which I thought was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It's beautiful.
And speaking about strollers, but that is something.
Strollers are a scam, right?
We're like, oh, babies are not. They don't lay in them.
Babies don't lay in strollers.
Oh, really? You're having that problem?
She does not like to lay in it. I don't. Have we ever used it for anything else but groceries?
Yeah, it is good for.
You put the groceries in the stroller and hold the
People come up
baby.
to me at Trader Joe's and they're like, "Oh, what a cute baby!" And then look down, and then there's like vegetables there. John is
Broccoli.
holding it.
What a cute gourd.
But no, we've been very much more present, and I think another big thing for both of us is all the reflection we're doing. Like, I don't think we've ever reflected this much about our own childhoods and how we were raised, where we're coming from, what we want to pass on, what we don't want to pass on. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of healing in that
Right.
none of us could ever prepare for. I did pull up a little poem here that I feel like represents how I feel about it. And it's a poem by someone called Jessica Jocelyn. And it says, "Mothering you is also mothering me. And because of you, I have found healing that I never thought was possible."
Wow, that's
And
so
that, I feel like,
powerful.
explains, in a way, postpartum. I think, to me at least.
That's beautiful.
What's these are all pretty joyous things. Has there been any part of the experience that was a surprise struggle that you've had to adapt to?
Yeah. I mean, the sleep has been like, that has been hard, like feeling really tired. Although, once again, like, she's been quite merciful to us, honestly, with
She
how
sleeps
much
through- yeah.
she's sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why or how, but she just kind of gets it that, like, nighttime is when you sleep for longer stretches. And so we have a lot of friends or people who have babies, and like, I'm up every hour and I have to, bounce her back to sleep. And we don't have that necessarily. You know, it's more like she wakes mom up to feed and then she falls asleep while she's eating.
Yeah, even the jet lag she took pretty well coming to Sweden.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's been like the whole postpartum journey. I think have been just giving me a lot of chance to reflect. I think the initial shock left some, you know, what do you say, marks, some early wounds that I had to work through. I did have some really weird thoughts that I definitely just felt like these are not mine. And that's also when I decided to seek help. Like I had early weeks, I had some thoughts of like, it was weird. It was like, I just felt like maybe they will be fine without me. Like, not that I wouldn't want to be here, but I just thought like, John can do this on his own. Maybe I shouldn't be a part of it. Like, almost like I would be, how do you say it? Like, they would be better off if I wasn't a part of it. Like, if I wasn't there. And then when I had those thoughts, I was like, whoa, this is things that I feel like I read about that can happen in postpartum. And that's when I decided to like seek some help, get into some therapy, because I felt like it was weird, but I was like, these are not my thoughts. Like, this is not how I think about things. So,
At
learning
what
about
point
postpartum. Yeah,
did you start to feel that?
it was pretty early. I think it was like that kind of feeling of the performance anxiety just lingered, and I felt like I had failed, and I did feel like I just did a bad job. Like it was just that negative feeling about myself not being good enough, almost like, you know, like loving her so much and loving John so much and not feeling good enough for them. And then also we did like encapsule my placenta, and I do not know. I'm not telling anyone to do it, and I don't know the science behind it, but I got told to take it when I had these like anxious thoughts, and I swear, I don't know if it's placebo, but every time I did, I felt completely normal again. So it was weird, like how much it helped. It's placebo, I don't know, but then, you know, so be it.
But I noticed a difference.
Yeah, John would be like,
for sure.
I would turn to him and be like, now I have these thoughts again. Like I feel like, you know, you would be better off without me. And he's like, have you taken your supplement? Like I was like, nope, I haven't. And so that was intense, but I did feel like, okay, like I'm gonna get so much stronger because of it, and I'm gonna learn to like love harder, because I'm starting off here in the woods, and I don't wish it to be different. Like the therapy I've done since have been so healing, and I feel like the bond I have with Freya today is, you know, so strong that I wouldn't want any part of it to change. But I do think it's good and nice to know that like these things can happen, and you just feel like alienated because everyone else is like, how are you feeling? Like, how are you?
Yeah.
Are you the happiest ever? You're like, I am the happiest ever, but I'm also like, two things can be true at once, you know, like.
That's an important message. That's
Yeah.
very true. First of all this, you know, because I do a lot of postpartum care, a lot of people open up about how they're feeling. And I think what's sort of great in your experience is that you recognized it early on,
Yeah.
Right.
and not just recognized it, but talked about it and addressed it
Yeah.
and got support around it. A lot of people either don't want to recognize it consciously, they feel it, but don't want to put it into words or accept it, or think, you know, oh, it's just baby blues, it'll pass. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it isn't. But if you talk about it and if you seek support, and there's so many avenues for support today, then it can make the whole experience not only better, but in your case, it sounds like positive. Like you learned a lot from
Yeah. I learned so
having
much.
that experience.
And I honestly think I do love very, very like deeply and hard. And I think I just got so scared to lose her. So I think I was just really scared to open up all of me and be vulnerable. And I mean, that is parenthood. Like you have to love, like you have to be vulnerable every day and
To
love
learn
hard
how
every
to
day.
learn how to live with your heart
Right.
running around outside of
Right.
your body. Yeah.
And I think I was scared of doing that. So I maybe kept myself safe in that way. Obviously not consciously, but
Sure.
so
Well,
working
you
through
guys had
that.
that super scary moment right after birth, but this happens even when things go picture perfect, even when
Yeah.
there's nothing that you could
Yeah.
look back and critique.
Right.
Yeah, it's a wild experience, but it was, I think overall, it's been a very, very like special fall for both of us, learning and reflecting and growing a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of songs that come out of this child.
So
Yeah.
many. Yeah.
Freya the album,
Yeah.
Yes,
Freya
exactly.
the musical.
Freya the musical. She's very musical. She's already
She's trying to
already
sing.
trying to sing. And this is a funny thing we just discovered. So she loves like Disney jazz piano, music, and we found that it like helps her sleep sometimes. But at some point in the past month, she kind of shifted and she was just decided she didn't like music anymore. But we kept playing it for her when it was bedtime. And then one day we just put her to sleep without it and she was just out like a light and she was
She
so
cried
happy.
so much. And we realized maybe it was the music that pissed her
And like,
off.
what if she hates this Disney music?
Oh, you're gonna have to try a different genre.
Right, yeah, exactly.
We do have to switch the genre. But now it's quiet and she loves that.
Yeah. She's
But you have a
enjoying it.
routine and then, suddenly they change their preference.
Right, that was,
so
that's
she
the
went
thing
from
is,
loving it to hating
she
it.
does, she
Get
can
used
change
to that.
every day.
Is my parenting tip.
Wait, what was that?
Get used to that.
Yeah, exactly.
With everything. Sometimes they love mommy and then don't care about daddy. Sometimes they want to come to me and they don't care. It's just with
Right.
everything. I love red. Now I hate red. I want this. And just as they get more expressive and want to make their own decisions, it's just, you gotta let go and
Wild.
let them be them.
Yep.
All right. As we're wrapping up, any final thoughts you'd like to share?
I want to say I have a deep respect for parents
Yeah.
now. Like the hard work that we are doing and they are doing. I mean, we as parents. And how strong you have to be and how much you have to love. Dare to be vulnerable. Like, oh, there's a baby crying.
And now we have Amanda, John, and Freya.
Yes.
Freya wanted the last word.
She did.
She
She's
did.
like, you're talking about me? No, but yeah, I'm just in awe of all the hard work and how vulnerable you have to be. I think it's really cool. I feel like more connected to society as a whole and other parents. You just see them on the street and you nod.
Yeah.
We're sharing the same experience, and I think that's very connecting.
Yeah.
You're part of a community now, a group.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it feels really connecting.
Well, comparing the cuteness of our babies. My babies.
It's amazing how everyone has the cutest baby.
They all
Everyone
have,
do.
exactly.
But we do actually have.
But we-
the
yeah.
cutest baby.
Really though, I wanted to say just, we mentioned it earlier and you mentioned it, but I think just like one, asking for help is like so important. If, even as the dad or the husband, like asking for help when you're having relational problems, because it's like the craziest hormone changes, that will probably happen in your relationship, and you're misunderstanding each other. It's hard, just reaching out and asking someone else who's a dad or, for help, or if you're a mom and, you just need help with
Intrusive
thoughts or doing the dishes
Or doing the dishes.
eating meals. Is like asking for help is so key. Or you feel like maybe, I don't know, possibly I had a traumatic event happen during this time, like reaching out for help as soon as possible feels like so important.
And not feeling shamed, like understanding and accepting it's just a part
she's
of.
smiling at.
Oh, the
It's just
best
part of-
smiles right now. She's like, yeah, reach out for help, guys.
Yeah.
It's just all a part of your human experience, and it just makes you more beautiful to have a rich human experience, I think. And it comes with all of these different sides to it.
And highly recommend writing it down when it's fresh. That's also really cool, because it is, honestly, it's the most beautiful experience I've had in my life.
Yeah, we both wrote it down within the first week, knowing we will sure forget this. And we have. No, we haven't yet, but.
This is great advice. Actually, people sometimes record even closer to the birth, either the birth story or the postpartum story.
Yeah.
And then listen to it a year later. And there's so many details they forgot already by then.
Right.
So I think writing it down, recording it somehow is a great idea. Well, I take back what I said before about the two of you being a whole. Now that you're holding Freya, it appears to me it's the three of you are a whole.
Yes.
Really, really beautiful. I want to thank you guys again for sharing so openly your unique and interesting pregnancy and birth experience, and also your postpartum experience and your highlights. So fresh, raw, and real, and impactful and helpful for other people. So thank you.
Thank you.
Tell us again where we can find you online.
Yeah, gluten-freemusic.com. You can find us on Instagram is probably the best place, at amanda.nordelius, or at John Shy Russell with 2 L's.
2 L's. Amazing. Thank you again
Yeah.
at home. Thanks for listening to the Informed Pregnancy Podcast. For more pregnancy and parenting information just like this, visit us online at informedpregnancy.com.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a whole